Greetings, film lovers, and welcome back to Clapboard Reviews. What do you get when you cross a Shakespearean trained actor-director with a comic book movie? Well, you get Thor. Okay, let me make one thing perfectly clear. I don't hate this movie. I think it's well written and well structured, which is what you would expect from someone who studied Shakespeare. But it's a comic book movie, everyone. There's going to be moments that are either hilarious, annoying, and just plain stupid. So what are we waiting for? Let's take a look at Thor. We're introduced to our sidekicks for the movie, played by Natalie Portman, Stellan Skarsgård, and whoever she is, who, by the looks of the sky, are watching a reenactment of Ghostbusters.
Goes of the Otherian, goes of the Destructor, the Traveler has...
But it disappears, leaving a Celtic crop circle and a body behind.
Where did he come from?
The answer is in a prologue narrated by Odin, played by Anthony Hopkins, about the war between Asgard and the Frost Giants. I'll eat your brains with a nice Chianti.
Our armies drove the Frost Giants back into the heart of their own world. The cost was great.
I would never be able to wear glasses again. So with the Frost Giants defeated, he returns to the much better than Man of Steel Krypton homeworld of Asgard. As it turns out, it was all a story being told to a young Thor and Loki by Odin.
But the day will come when one of you will have to defend that peace.
Does that mean we're rivals? Yes, one of us will be the hero and one of us will be the villain. I think I saw a Disney movie like that once. Time skip about 20 years as Thor, now played by Chris Hemsworth, is about to be crowned the new king of Asgard. Meanwhile, in the vault below, the Frost Giants attempt to take back their blue box from earlier, but Odin senses this and brings out the heavy hitter. I immediately regret this! So the blue box is safe, but Thor is upset that his day was interrupted.
It was the act of but a few, doomed to fail.
Look how far they got!
Oh no, somebody get him some ice cream.
As king of Asgard...
But you're not king!
Am I the only one that thinks Odin is smiling when he says that?
But you're not king!
But you're not king! At this revelation, Thor begins a journey of self-discovery to find what truly makes a good king, or he'll flip out like a 5-year-old.
It's unwise to be in my company right now, brother.
I'm still throwing a temper tantrum. So with some goading from his brother, Thor, Loki, Sif, and the Warriors 3 travel to the planet of the Frost Giants using the badass, not at all My Little Pony looking rainbow bridge I've ever seen. Actually, that's the only rainbow bridge I've ever seen. God, Krypton's got nothing on this.
We shouldn't be here.
Too late to back out now, stupid. They travel to the Skyrim castle, which is stupid since they could have just beamed directly in front of it, and Thor unsuccessfully gets answers from the failed infiltration.
Run back home, little princess.
Damn.
I'll teach you to call me an outdated Disney archetype!
At least make it a challenge for me.
Okay, since you asked nicely.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch! You can't run from me! I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
They have the upper hand, but Asgardian Obi-Wan gets impaled, and the Frost Giants release another follower in the Church of Zoology.
You will kneel before the power of Zool.
Run! It's the Behemoth!
Zool be praised.
They get back to their landing spot, but Heimdall hasn't opened the bridge, and the Behemoth has caught up with them. How are they going to possibly get out of this?
By the power of Zool, I own Bunghole! Now I have to wear a hat for the rest of my life.
The frost giants surround them and it looks like they're done for until...
Taste the rainbow!
Odin and Frosty come to a temporary truce and... well, there's no better way to describe this next scene. Odin scolds Thor like a parent scolding a 5-year-old.
The old ways are done. You'd stand giving speeches while Asgard falls.
You are a vain, greedy, cruel boy!
And you are an old man and a fool!
I do my best Sean Connery impression!
This turns out to be the final straw as Odin strips him of his powers and title, casts him out of Asgard, and leaves a spell on the hammer before tossing into the vortex, where we suddenly find ourselves back at the beginning where Jane commits a Halle Berry.
Do me a favor and don't be dead.
Okay, only because you're scared.
Whoa, does he need CPR? Because I totally know CPR.
Okay, you're off the set.
Jane, we have to take him to the hospital.
Father!
He's fine.
Yeah, we just hit him with the truck and he's yelling into the sky like he's drunk. He's fine. But Thor gets too close for comfort, causing Darcy to bring out a taser.
You dare threaten me, Thor, with so puny a weapon?
What? He was freaking me out.
Okay, you can come back. Not wanting to repeat I know what you did last summer, they take Thor to the hospital just as the hammer falls to Earth. Okay, seriously, what is it with aliens in New Mexico? Between Roswell, Paul, Thor, and falling hammers, I'm starting to think that New Mexico is just a sign that says land here, E.T. Thor begins to wake up and once again, flips out.
You're no match for the mighty!
Come on, movie, that's Madagascar territory right there. Why not just finish the joke?
You're no match for the mighty!
Thor!
Back at Jane's lab, they find a suspicious Chris Hemsworth-shaped figure in the pictures of the twister they took, and they race back to the hospital, but Thor awoke and managed to escape. With their one piece of evidence missing, it would take a miracle to find him again.
What? I'm so sorry. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose.
Sure looks like it. Meanwhile, back in Asgard, Loki is curious as to why the giant's touch didn't burn him, and starts his investigation with the blue box. What is so important about that blue box? It doesn't seem to serve any purpose in the story.
But then, you know, it's a TARDIS.
It's not a TARDIS! After being turned into a Smurf, Loki learns that he is actually a frost giant that was taken in as a baby by Odin. This crisis of identity makes Loki yell at Odin and he collapses. Wait, really? That's all it takes to bring down Odin? Well, alright, let's give it a shot. Asgard's mine, bitches! Back on Earth, Thor finds out about his hammer landing on the outskirts of town, and they go their separate ways. By the way, what kind of store sells okay furniture? Upon returning to their lab, they find agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. seizing their equipment led by Coulson!
I'm sorry, Miss Foster, but we're the good guys.
That's not a good defense.
And everything I know about this phenomenon is either in this lab or in this book, and you can't just take this.
Yoink!
Hey!
Back at Asgard, Loki has assumed the throne and denies the requests of Thor's friends to undo his banishment for reasons of upcoming war. Later, Jane gives Thor a lift after trying to get a horse from a pet shop. Damn LARPers! On the way, Thor and Jane make casual conversation.
What you seek, it's a bridge.
Like a Einstein Rosen bridge?
More like a rainbow bridge.
And it is delicious.
God, I hope you're not crazy.
Okay, who gave this woman a license? Between driving into a twister, hitting pedestrians, and weaving like a drunken sailor, I don't feel comfortable driving in the same county as her. They get to the crash site and Thor beats the guards with ease, including an impressive dropkick, and he goes to reclaim his hammer, but finds that he can't lift it. That reaction is so hammy and cheesy, it could be a pizza combo.
Hollywood Pizza, how can I help you?
I'd like to order a large thick crust with double extra cheese and topped with ham.
Okay, so you want the Profion special?
No! Not that much ham. No, less ham than the Travolta combo.
Okay, it'll be ready in 30 minutes.
Thank you. With Thor captured, Jane tries to convince Selvig to help because he was telling the truth about him being the god of thunder. Oddly enough, it's Darcy that seems to make the best point.
A primitive culture like the Vikings might have worshipped them as deities.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
So back at the base, Loki visits Thor and tells him that their father died and that he can never return home, and Selvig comes to bail him out.
Anybody notice the well-dressed man near the hammer? No? Okay, never mind then. But if something bad happens, it's not my fault.
So Selvig takes Thor to a bar, and of course, bars are for character development.
For the first time in my life, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do.
I don't know if you're delusional or if you're pulling some kind of con. I don't care. Just care about her. I've seen the way she looks at you.
You mean like answer to questions like, why are we here and are we alone in the universe? Are you sure you don't mean the other girl? But there's a foul plot afoot in Asgard as Loki travels to the land of the Frost Giants, where it's revealed that he snuck the giants into Asgard at the beginning. Not since the ending of Devil have I seen a twist so perfectly executed. The whole time I thought it was this guy who was the traitor. So after that shocking twist, Thor returns an inebriated Selvig, then he and Jane have, I guess, what is supposed to be a romantic moment, which really doesn't make any sense to me. In the beginning, Jane is more focused on her research and trying to find answers from a person that literally fell from the sky. And suddenly in this and the following scene, it's like we walked into an episode of Full House. I wouldn't mind it so much, except it just happens out of nowhere. There was no build to it, no arc like in the Iron Man trilogy. They just spontaneously are attracted to each other now.
That doesn't make sense.
So Sif and the Warriors 3 arrive via comedic timing.
Not without hard evidence.
Found you!
Their reason for coming to Earth is so they can bring Thor back. But Loki acts fast and sends the Destroyer, not to be confused with Destoroyah from Godzilla, to, what else? Destroy the town.
Of course!
Ha! Knew I'd find use for you sooner or later. The Asgardians try but fail to stop the Destroyer, leaving Thor to make the ultimate sacrifice.
It's over.
What's this?
Incoming!
Thor gets his armor back and effectively destroys the Destroyer and takes Jane to the Bifrost site. Oh, and we haven't had our first date! They get to the spot and Heimdall gets his crowning moment of awesome as he literally unfreezes himself, slays 2 frost giants, and brings back Thor and the others.
Leave my brother to me.
I'm going to give him such a noogie! Just before Laufey kills Odin in his sleep, Loki betrays and incinerates him. This gives him good enough reason to destroy their home planet, but...
Loki.
Oh, this complicates things. They begin fighting using a combination of sweeping Dutch angles and matrix jumps. Then comes the moment that I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with.
Oh, it was. Well, maybe when we're finished here,
I'll pay her a visit myself.
MJ and I, we're gonna have a hell of a time.
They get knocked out of the spinning ice cream cone and Loki gets knocked off the edge.
Brother, please.
With the Bifrost out of control, Thor smashes the bridge like stunt glass and both start falling into oblivion, but are caught by Odin, who woke up just in time. Pull them up? You obviously have enough strength to catch 2 full-grown men in LARP armor. You can easily carry them up. If you did that, then Loki wouldn't have to let go and fallen into God knows where.
I'll see you in the next movie!
So Asgard is safe, Thor is welcomed back to Asgard, and he looks down towards Earth, dreaming of the day he will reunite with Jane. And that's Thor, ladies and gentlemen. How does it hold up? Well, all joking aside, I love this movie. It brought something new to the universe that Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk didn't at the time. The acting is done wonderfully, the story feels Shakespearean at times, the effects are top-notch. It's just an awesome film. The one thing I don't like is the romance between Jane and Thor. It feels forced and hastily developed, but compared to the rest of the film, that plot is more of a nitpick as it doesn't really distract from the overall story. All in all, this is a great film and another one of Marvel's best in the cinematic universe. Next time we tie up the loose ends in this big ball of timey-wimey stuff by going back to the past and witnessing the birth of the first Avenger. I'm the director, and I call the shots.